Hello, we're outside of
Morning.
An old nurses' college or something? Or?
Yes, Hartwood Hospital, which is an old derelict hospital, Victorian hospital. I don't know when it was founded right enough, but it's all abandoned now. So it closed in 1998, I think it was, when it closed down. But we're just going to have a wander about. We're not sure if we'll get in because obviously with it being abandoned, there's been vandals been in, there's been a fire set, so that obviously raises security and stuff like that. So we'll see if we can get in anyway. It's got a couple of twin clock towers, so we'll see, as I say, if we can get a chance to get those and get in and about and see what's going on. Anything else you want to add to that? What do you know about it?
Nothing right. Whatsoever. So
okay.
Unfortunately, just looks to me like an old but abandoned building. I mean, that's specifically all I can say from it.
And it's very windy today. What's the storm you said that we've got
Storm
today?
Eric the Viking or something. So
Storm Eric. So we'll see.
It
and it's raining just now, but we're going to hopefully wait for that to go off before we head off. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll find out a little bit more about it. But it's an old derelict hospital, Victorian hospital in North Lanarkshire, 19th century. It was also used for, I think it was in 2004 with a fire, but it was used before that for LTV as well.
Right.
So they used it as a studio. But anyway, we'll see and we'll get back to you and let you know bits and bobs of it, alright?
We'll have a look. Right, let's get out of here.
Okay, bye!
Well, change of plan. We couldn't get in that old nurse's, what was it? College.
Yeah, I think that was the nurses' quarters, is what they call it, like the college. So.
And as you can hear, the wind, Storm Eric's going to get us.
Yeah, it's really windy today, and it's rain on and off. So we're trying to do this in between it raining.
And yet the sun's out at the moment, but I think Storm Eric's going to claim us. And all they'll find is a stone with our names on.
That's a bit exaggerated.
Well, you never know. But as you can see, I'll just move the camera around. There is the place we're trying to get into, in the distance, sort of. So back to our lovely mugs. We need to get across the train track, but obviously you kind of
to see the double clock.
Yes.
Towers at the hospital.
There's an old hospital building we want to look at, but obviously we don't want to trespass on real ground to get over there because that's illegal and dangerous, so don't do that. So we will find a sensible, safe and legal way around. But it's nice today when you're away from the wind, but I still think Storm Eric will claim our lives. What do you think?
Another two.
Twice, aye. So we'll keep going. We've got a little bit of walking to do.
Didn't see any ghosts waving to us from the windows.
Nah. And what's this about? What was this about a bloke smoking a cigar?
Oh, I think that's the next place.
That's the next place, because I know nothing about these places, so
yeah.
Now you're my resident expert.
Really?
Oh, I know nothing. I know nothing.
Well, the next place we'll go to, we'll give you a little update on that before we get to it, because we're going to try and do 2 places today. So we're hoping to get into the next place. That was a bit of a disappointment that we couldn't get in.
No, but at least we've had a look.
But I think that's probably the case with most derelict places just now, because I think they're becoming more popular on YouTube for explorers.
Yeah, urban exploration, or whatever the hell they call it. So we'll be all right though. But look, what a lovely day! I'll give you a 360 for a laugh. Right, so come on, let's make some tracks before we are claimed by the storm. It's just a matter of time. Aye. Right, we're off. Right, we're in, and I'm not panning for gold here. This used to
It's your
be.
bedpan.
Aye, so if you need the toilet, wallop, job to good. So it's an absolute mess here. Sorry for people with headphones for dropping that, but it's a mess here.
But we managed to get in, obviously, which is a bonus because
Aye.
we didn't think we were going to get in.
Yeah, well, we're walking around, and there was a man and woman with dogs, and they said, "Yeah, you're free to go in. There's nothing to stop you." So we came, absolutely fantastic. So thanks to them. It's a bit dangerous in here, isn't it? So
Yeah,
I don't recommend anyone
with
copying this.
high winds and everything
Aye.
like that. So not only we're putting ourselves in danger as it is, but there's also it's
Aye.
extremely
So don't
windy
copy this.
outside.
I don't want to sound like, you know, too soft, but don't copy this. But it's very interesting because, I mean, apart from the daft graffiti like this, you know, apart from daft graffiti like that, it's interesting because this used to be a mental hospital.
Yeah,
According to the guy who I
psychiatric
spoke to,
hospital.
and poor soldiers came here with shell shock. Now, if you know anything about shell shock, it was kind of dismissed, you know, called cowards, and they weren't cowards. They had a severe psychological shock which affected their system, and they were literally shaken. They couldn't cope, and it was because of the constant bombardment of bombs and rockets and the hellish conditions of the war. So I feel really sorry for them. They weren't given the treatment that they should have been given because we just didn't know any better in those days. So it's a bit sad to hear that, but apparently maybe they helped some patients. So you've got to look on the bright side.
Do you know, for all that this place is an absolute mess, it actually didn't close down till
1985 or something.
no, it was 2004. Part of it was still open till So I think there was only 2 wards that remained open.
Right, right.
But we'll obviously check that out again, just to double make sure. But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, this doesn't creep me out at all. It's
No,
just
there's nothing
sold,
creepy
it's
about this
derelict, it's a mess,
So
it's rubble.
So with that in mind, bear in mind I know nothing about this area or these buildings until I got here and spoke to those people. Who's the guy with the cigarette or the cigar?
Well, that's the next place we're going to.
All right, okay. That's for another trek, is it?
Hartwood Castle.
Right.
So we're going to go to there, and that's meant to be the most haunted place in the UK. But we'll come back to you on that one.
They say that, don't they? To
Yeah,
get...
but we'll do that one in another video anyway.
Aye,
So
and look, I don't believe it. Look what I found. Can you remember Connect 4?
Yeah.
Look. It's one of the connectors from the game Connect 4, which I used to quite like.
Oh, there's Twister.
Is it? I twisted angle. Well, aye, so be careful, don't, so there's all sorts of rubbish here, so
Yeah,
don't
so
come
you've
here.
got to be careful, but it's taken us ages to try and get in here. We've walked all round.
We did the
block.
scenic route.
We did the scenic route and it didn't quite get us there. So we finally got in, and we're going to try and get into the clock towers. So we'll see how we got on with that. So, and then we're going to shoot off after that.
Because it's freezing, we'll be rained on how many times?
Yeah, so we're a bit bedraggled looking.
Aye. But we'll get there.
Yeah, before the ghosts come out, so we're going to.
Oh, what's up there? There's a little barge fan up there or something. So there's loads of interesting things to see, but I'll get plenty of shots.
But anyway, we'll get going.
Aye, toodaloo! I'll let you start though because I'm absolutely bloody freezing.
Well, I'm starting to have a coffee because it's so cold. You can see, look at my nose, bright red.
Oh, aye. Like a clown.
Yeah, so that was a cold little jaunt around, but we've done it and we managed to get in to the hospital. So,
but explain what's happened from the start. So we started outside of Hartwood compound, which used to be
I think it's the nurses' residence.
Right, that's what I learnt off those two people we passed, but we'll get to them. And then we'll walk down, and then there was a public access to the back, which you can just go in, there's no problem with that. And then we couldn't get into that building though, so then we walked further down and along past the train track and everything, and then we went... You heard that? Whee! What do you think of that?
That was like a wee buggy.
Evil Knievel just went past.
There's another one.
Listen.
Oh, I wish I got them. Jeez.
Very nice. Wow.
Don't know where they
so
are.
they're
like beach buggies
like
type
beach buggy
things.
types things. So
wherever the beach is.
Aye. It's in the middle of Scotland. So, well, there's a lot of sand down there. Anyway, so then we went to the main task at hand, which was... Sorry, you'll have to help me. I honestly can't remember what it's called.
Hartwood Hospital.
Was that part of this?
Yeah, that's the Hartwood nurses section, and
well,
then
I thought it was two. Right, I thought it was two separate things. You see, right? That makes sense, right? Yeah. Okay, so we went to the main building, which is extremely derelict now. It's quite interesting inside because you can see the original masonry work, which is the huge, large, well-made bricks, and then the modern additions, which are formed to bits. You can't get into the two main clock tower bits. There's big metal barriers, so I'm not going to force my way into that. But you could get into the other sections, no problem. And we walked in and had a look around, and very, very sad, dilapidated state, the whole thing. Poor. So if you are going to visit, maybe look from the outside, because I don't condone any dangerous activities, because there's nails sticking up from the floor, there's glass, there's a possibility.
Yeah, we were sliding on the moss that was on the tiles.
So don't copy any action you see in this video. But a very interesting place to visit. Really.
Yeah. I mean, the weather today just sort of put us off, but we still got out, we still did it. Yeah.
What do you think of that place? Firstly, what do you think of that nurses thing? I wasn't impressed.
No, I wasn't impressed because we didn't get in. We couldn't get into the nurses one, so we gave up. It's always a bonus when you're able to get in somewhere by some,
cheeky
default
route. But the second one I liked because it was more... That looks too modern to me. Whereas, and I'm pointing off camera here, I'm pointing at the accommodation for what was the nurses apparently. But I was very sad to hear that was a mental asylum, the second part. Because we take for granted that these days that mental health is taken seriously and people get help. People didn't get help. If you go back, women who had hormone problems, if you go back to Victorian times, they didn't get
burnt at the stake.
Well, they didn't get help. Seriously, it was classed as hysteria and silly women and all this, and it was but they didn't realise they were being sexist, and it was just a hormonal imbalance. They would call them idiots and fools, and it's the same with the soldiers. These soldiers were extremely brave to put their life on the line. They got shell shot and they were called cowards. How dare you not go to the front? And they physically couldn't. Their bodies were so shaken up. So a very sad part of history that, I think, because we know better now, thankfully, but. Hopefully people will help there, but now left is there to just smash to bits.
Yeah, totally.
And there was a fire in, when was it, the 80s or something?
They've got a cheek to have a sign up saying for sale.
Aye, so if do you want a dilapidated smoking pile of ruins, get yourself in.
Yeah.
Well done. Well done to Hartwood Community Council. So very interesting there. But hey, as I was saying to you, there'll be a point where this will be all developed.
Yeah.
I'm telling you now.
I don't
everywhere.
know about it being a hotel, but certainly probably houses. But anyway, we're just blabbering on again. So
well, because we've got to give an overview, because they weren't with us. They can see, but they don't get our thoughts. We were on the front line.
We'll give you more information. Once
do the video. I'll have put that. And how many miles? We didn't. I would say
this is
2.
North Lanarkshire, so it's.
What's it famous for? This area? Was it just because it's near Glasgow?
it's sort of in between Glasgow and Edinburgh, isn't it? So
Wind farms, I can see millions of wind farms.
probably
in the distance.
nearer more the west, nearer more Glasgow than what it is Edinburgh.
So, well, with that in mind, we'll have to say
it's
hello.
famous for the Her Majesty's prison.
Aye, what was it called?
Shots.
Pots or bots or something.
Shots.
Aye, it wasn't very nice, but because we're on the west coast, we need to say hello to Jimmy Mack, because he has family, well, not in the area we are, but over to this side of Scotland anyway. And he helps the channel a lot, he really does. He's always a good help. I just had a message from him this morning, he's having problems with his printer.
Oh dear.
Aye, but he's clever, so he was using like alcohol to clean it out, and that's the right thing to do. That's the way to do it, because these inkjet people will rip you off, but that's completely off topic. So moving away from inkjet
I've
heads.
just seen orbs flying about the car there, so that we must have brought some
Aye,
ghosts
we saw
back.
no ghosts. And for those who don't know, an orb is when you see ghost hunter programs.
Well, we've brought a ghost back from
You'll
the
see
hospital.
a slow. I mean, in actuality, there's no such thing as an orb, because it is an out of focus particle of dust with light exposure on it, and you're seeing through it. It looks translucent because it's overexposed. It's out of focus, so it's an optical illusion from modern cameras.
You won't be saying that if you see a little ghost waving from the window in
On
one
the
of your
footage,
videos.
aye. Michael Jackson dangling a baby. Aye. Hey, he might come back.
Oh jeez.
Think of that.
Thanks.
MJ's back.
Take the moon. I'm Michael Jackson in New York City. So bad they named it twice. New York, mother New York. In the USA, that's right. It's my vacation, Shamon. Ow!
Right, and on that bombshell, let's bugger off.
Right.
Right, bye.
Toodaloo. Bye.